We also have Aja. He goes by Bas, which is much easier for me to pronounce. He's a full-blooded descendant of Basque immigrants from Spain. He comes from a family of herdsmen with 20 generations of herding livestock in Spain and Arizona. He's a partner with his parents on a 450-head cow ranch in Navajo County. His family has been farming, raising food and livestock, mostly sheep, until 2006, in Arizona since 1903. Bas knows very well the generational challenges of continuing a family-run food and livestock business, as he has been purchasing 50% of the business from his parents over the last 7 years and will continue for the next 13. He has over 100 relatives in Arizona who continue to produce food and livestock. In order to allow his parents to be the sole wage earners from the ranch, he works off the farm as the Executive Vice President of the Arizona Cattle Feeders Association, Executive Director of the Arizona Beef Council, and the Director of Public Policy for the Arizona Cattlemen's Association. In this capacity, he has been the lead government relations expert for the Arizona Cattle Association for the past 22 years. He studied finance and political science at the University of Arizona before returning to the family ranching business. Bas is fluent in Spanish and has studied the French language. He was born and raised in an Arizona livestock ranching family with 3 generations of experience in managing range and livestock resources in Arizona. A native of Arizona, he is married and has 4 children.
Thank you. My name is Basilio Fermin Aja. Everybody calls me Bas. And I only say that because I do it to point out that things aren't always as they appear. So, and that's not only the case in people and their names and how they look, but also in the press, the media, and the other places that we get appearances from. My family has been producing food, primarily meat protein sources, sheep, cattle, for a long time in Arizona, and we'll talk about that more. But it's interesting to watch my colleagues here, co-farmers, whatever you want to call them, talking, because the farm I grew up on, we raised 200 laying hens. We had 30 mother sows. We fed 300 calves a year. We had 400 cows on a ranch, and we ran about 8,000 ewes. We were pretty good, the sheep business. We could raise lamb very, very good, use nature's products of grass and alfalfa, and do that. The same with the beef. We could do the same. We ate real good, but we weren't very efficient raisers of eggs or pork, but we ate good. And I think that comes from my father and my grandfather, and them did that because they were from large families, and they raised a lot of times the food just to feed the family. We sold very few hogs, we sold very few eggs, we sold a lot of sheep, a lot of cows. And I'm perfectly happy with the products that and the meat that I get from Hickman's and Farmer John today. My family ranches across northern Arizona. I have, my mother is in Echeverria, and I'm ranching on that side of the family, and obviously my father's in Aja, and they're there. They ranch from Seligman to Concho, from Buckeye to Flagstaff. And the ranches I grew up on were in northern Arizona on the rim, and the current one that you'll see here tonight is north of Joseph City, bordering the Navajo Reservation, about 17 miles. It's a 50,000 acre ranch, native forage, about 7,000 acres of state land, 4,000 acres of Bureau of Land Management land, and the balance is private land, some of which we own, others of which we lease. It runs between 4,500 to 6,000 feet elevation, and we have 13 species of grass varieties, about 11 species of browse varieties which feed our animals, and it's a pretty diverse piece of high desert. If you've seen the Painted Desert or the Petrified Forest area, that's what you'll see familiar here. Both of my maternal and paternal parents and myself currently started in the sheep business. Don't take offense at the gentleman with the U of A cap on there. I know they're playing tonight, but I don't know the score, and it really doesn't matter. But and I grew up herding sheep. I made the mistake as a youngster in 7th grade, going home, telling my father, Dad, because all of my friends had told me, we're going to Boy Scout camp this summer. I thought, well, that's great. I went home, I told my dad, I said, Dad, I want to go to camp. He goes, really, you want to go to camp? And I said, yeah. Glenn and Kenny and all that are going to Boy Scout camp. He said, you'll go to camp this summer. He took me to a place 14 miles south of Ashford called the Juniper Wood Ranch. I lived in a tent with a camp tender who spoke only Spanish, and he was a 34-year-old herder from the Pyrenees in Spain. And it's when I learned Spanish that summer. So I love the sheep business.